Let me ask you something honest. When was the last time you really genuinely believed in yourself? Not the performance, not the marks you put on for other people, not the version of confidence you fake when you walk into a room. I mean, the deep, quiet, unshakable, knowing I am enough. What I carry matters. My life has direction. Because for a lot of people watching this right now, and I know this because I live it, there is a voice, a constant grinding voice that says, who are you to think you are capable? Who are you to want more? Look at where you started. Look at what you have failed at. Look at what left. That voice doesn't announce itself. It's subtle. It shows up as is hesitation before you speak in a meeting. It shows up as deleting a message before you send it. It shows up as shrinking quietly, slowly, until one day you look in the mirror and realize you have been living someone else's version of your life because you stop trusting your own. That is a pain point, not failure, not a constant. The real wound is the loss of belief in yourself. And today, we're going to talk about how to get it back. And this is section one, why we stop believing. Here is something philosophers and both agreed on. Self-belief isn't something you are born with or without. It is something that gets constructed, and unfortunately it can also get deconstructed, inspired by a very strong philosophers, I believe, is taught. The ancient teachers taught that our perception of ourselves is shaped not by reality, but by stories we accept as real. There's a very strong philosopher, Marcus, or the traditional inspired by him, wrote about the idea that the mind is its own place, that we are largely the architect of our own inner world. So when did you accept the wrong story? Was it a parent who dismissed your dream early? A teacher who publicly shamed you? A relationship that slowly convinced you that you were too much or too enough? A failure so public it felt defining? The philosophers Victor, who survived the darkest imaginable circumstance, said something profound, inspired by his experience. That the last of human freedom is the ability to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, even when everything is stripped away. The story you tell yourself about yourself, that remains you. But here is the tragedy most of us hand that story over to the world. We let our environment write our self-consent for us. And then we wonder why we feel lost. And this is section two. The three pillars of rebuilding self-belief. I want to give you something practical today, not just inspiration. We choose pillar one, edit the voice. The Buddhists speak of Shenpa, the hook, the automatic reaction, the mental habit that runs before you even know it's running. That inner critics, it's a habit. It was installed by experience, and like any habit, it can be observed, named, and changed. Start there for 1 week. Every time that voice says you can, you are not enough, you will fail, write it down. Don't fight it. Don't argue with it. Just observe it. Name it. The moment you see it clearly, you begin to dis from it. The voice is not you. The voice is a pattern. And that pattern can be rewritten. Now this is pillar two. Stack small proof. One of the most powerful ways to rebuild belief is through evidence, not ground leaps. Small, consistent proof inspired by talks. Practice the discipline of progress, handling the idea that you expose yourself to small discomfort, small challenge, small victory. And over time, your nervous system builds a new reference library. A library that says, I have done hard things before, I can do this. Start with something you have been avoiding. One phone call, one conversation, one creative act. Don't do it perfectly. Do it at all and then mark it. Because that moment becomes proof, and proof becomes the foundation of belief. Now, this is pillar 3. Return to your own weakness. There's a very big philosopher that wrote this. And this tradition inspires so much of what we explore on this channel about the necessity of individual of becoming who you actually are, not who the world condition you to be. There is a version of you that knows what you want, that recognizes your own worth, that has always been underneath the noise of other people's opinion. And yourself, you don't build self by seeking external validation. You build it by returning again and again to your own inner weakness. The part of you that sees clearly, that knows what is true, that cannot be taken through you. Now, how do you assess it? Through stickness, through honest journaling, through sitting with yourself without distraction, even for 10 minutes a day, and asking, what do I actually know to be true and about myself, separate from what I've been told? The answer will surprise you. And this is session 3. What believing in yourself actually look like. I want to be clear about something. Believing in yourself is not arrogance. It is not blind confidence. It is not walking around thinking you are better than anyone else. Authentic self-belief, the kind rooted in philosophy and in real human philosophy, psychology, is quiet. It doesn't need to announce itself. It shows up as the ability to take a risk without needing a guarantee outcome. The willingness to be wrong without it destroying your sense of self. Now, the courage to pursue what matters to you, even when others don't understand it. The capacity to be rejected without letting rejection define your worth. The Thosis talked about the dichotomy of control, knowing the difference between what is in your power and what is not. Your talent, your value, your effort, your direction, these are yours. Other people's approval, external result, the timing of the universe, these are not. When you believe in yourself, you stop measuring your worth by the second column. You invest fully in the first. That's the shift. That's the practice. That's the work. I want to end this video differently today. Not with me talking to you, but with us talking to each other. Because I know that someone watching this right now is in the middle of it. Maybe you are rebuilding after a failure that shook your foundation. Maybe you have been carrying doubt for so long you have forgotten what it feels like to trust yourself. And maybe you are standing at the edge of something you desperately want to pursue. And the only thing stopping you is your self-belief. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Drop a comment below. Tell me what one moment in your life where you almost gave up on yourself but didn't, or what one thing you have been wanting to pursue but self-doubt keeps blocking you. This community is built on real conversation, not highlight reels, not performance, real stories, real struggles, real growth. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. So share it. Don't edit it. Don't make it perfect. Just make it honest. And if this video reach you at the right moment, share it. You know someone need this. Be the reason they find it. I will see you in the next comment, and I will see you in my next video. Please do well to subscribe on my channel. I love you. I'm Felix. Thanks so much.